Two douchebags on a couch. One's an asshole, one's a grouch. And relentless, all their mouths. Jim and Eddie. Talk shit. Jim and Eddie. Talk shit.
Hello and welcome back to whatever this is.
Smelling shit on my microphone.
Smelling shit on his microphone. Eddie's just farted into his microphone, so it's a good start to the show. I think this is the episode after Jason got really drunk. How are you today, Jason?
I'm doing much better.
Yeah?
How was your hangover after that?
I was pretty messed up. Like, I was drunk until almost noon the next day.
If you're just listening to this episode and you haven't listened prior to this, go back. The last episode we did, Jason was we made him do shots during the show, and he was extremely drunk and saying things that he didn't even remember saying.
We edited out a lot of, I would say, anti-Semitic stuff. There was a lot of racism and a lot of lechy, rapey comments as well.
Yeah.
And you got very abusive.
Aggressive.
Because it didn't get funny.
Jim and I had a discussion afterwards where we are afraid of you now.
We shouldn't do that to me.
I know.
What do you mean?
I told you before we did it that you shouldn't make me drink that much. You made me drink a lot of hard liquor.
But if I drink a lot, I'm not going to threaten people's lives.
In 40 minutes, I drank more than I've ever drank in a whole night.
Now, last night, me and Eddie were performing at a gig in LA, and we were driving out to do the gig, and because of that last podcast, we put a drink restriction on you of 2 minimum, 3 maximum.
Yeah, 2 minimum, 3 maximum.
And Eddie said it to you. He said, well, you're allowed 2 minimum or 3 maximum. And what did you say when he said that?
I said that's cool because all I have is $1 anyways.
All you have is $1.
Yeah.
Right? You didn't say all I have is $1 anyways. You went, I only have $1. Right?
I'm curious, did you have that dollar in a wallet or do you just carry it in?
It was just in my pocket.
It was just with lint.
I don't have a wallet.
It was just with lint.
I don't use a wallet.
Nothing. Yeah, wait. First of all, you have to buy a wallet.
Yeah,
Second of all, he's got nothing to hold.
I always lose wallets.
Of
If I don't use a wallet, I don't lose my stuff.
Seems like you lose money too.
Right, so we said to you, and you went, I only got $1. And then we said, we don't believe you. And you went, no, it's true. I only have $1. And we said, well, let us see that $1. Now, me and Eddie at this stage had exactly the same idea at exactly the same time. And you were dumb enough to pass the $1 to the front of the car, where we both snatched it from each other, tore it up, then threw it out the window.
Couldn't get our windows open quick enough to throw our half of the $1 out.
I was hitting the lock button because I was trying to actually hit the window open button to throw your $1 out the window. And it's still funny now. We already know the story. And your little face, because then you had no dollars.
I was just happy that Jim had the same exact idea I did at the same time. We just wanted to throw your $1 away from you.
Why?
But he's all cashed up today because I met him down on Venice Beach, just bumped into him, and he was buying things. And Meredith was in the coffee shop.
Yeah.
Oh, we went in and saw Meredith. He's still... I figured out what Jason's type of girl is. He likes... Because he mentioned that he'd like to give it to Sarah Silverman. He told us this before, that he likes Sarah Silverman.
I think she's cool and hot, yeah. I admit that freely.
Yeah.
I'll bet she says the same exact stuff about you.
Meredith, who is a similar looking girl to Silverman. Yeah, she's got the same sort of get up as Silverman does. And then there's Lilt. Is it Lilt?
Lilit,
the psychiatrist.
Well, she's just a therapist.
Just a therapist.
Not a psychiatrist.
Who came along to the show last night and bought my DVD and then wrote to me the next day to say how much she enjoyed the show.
And she's at 2 of your shows now.
She listens to the podcast. I am going to bang Lilit just to upset you.
Well, we asked him at dinner. We went to dinner after the show last night at Swingers in Hollywood, and we're sitting there at dinner, and I said to Jason, if, it's not fair. Like,
this is all hypothetical.
So I said, if you were to fuck one of Jason's girlfriends, or which one would it be? And I said, Jason, you got to stop calling all your girlfriends. Like, every girl that walks through Venice that is pretty, you can't say, oh, she's mine.
I never do. What are you talking about? You're a crap.
You do. You're always
and
like...
One girl says 1 or 2 girls, then I'm claiming them all. I don't get that.
As soon as a girl comes into our life, if you've known her before, you can't because I've been trying for years and years and years. There's got to be a statute of limitations on the time that you know.
Well, what did I say last night at the table? What did I say? I said...
Go ahead and try.
No, I said each chooses his own path, and I'm not jealous.
Is that a biblical reference?
No.
Well, you've been dropping the biblical references a lot lately.
Well, that actually comes from the Ip Man movie.
What's the Ip Man?
You don't know about him and Ip Man?
Ip Man, that's Bruce Lee's teacher.
Oh, you didn't know that?
He's a kung fu master that taught everybody Wing Chun.
How do you not know this?
And he's the guy that taught. He was Bruce Lee's master. And they just released a movie about him on Netflix recently.
How many times have you watched it?
About 8.
Whose password do you have for Netflix?
No, my friend got a copy for me. So yeah.
So Ip Man.
Ip Man, yeah, it's fantastic.
Is it a comedy?
Kung Fu, no. I mean, there's some funny moments.
And
Yeah.
he references it constantly. Like, you'll get a coffee, and I'll be like, "Oh, that coffee's hot," and he'll be like, "Hold it with your left hand upside down." That's what Ip Man would do.
No, I do not. You made that
Constantly
up.
reference them though.
Yeah, it's a great movie. And there's a lot of good kung fu in it. It's all about benevolence and kindness. And
Now, Jason, we've been having some bonding of late, haven't we?
yeah,
And what do?
we watch Cheers together.
We always watch Cheers together.
Yeah.
That's our show. But what else do we do?
We eat.
But we built some drawers.
Oh yeah, we had a project together.
And what outfits did we wear together?
Well, I wore what I have on now,
No,
and you wore an exceptionally small Jim Jeffries T-shirt and underwear.
Yeah.
And that's it.
I rocked around in a midriff Jim Jeffries t-shirt and a pair of underwear, and I got down to building shit, didn't I?
Yeah.
And
then Eddie's girlfriend saw you in your getup.
yeah, she goes, I went over to pick up the dog, and I walked in, and Jim was in little tight black underwear. And Jason and he were sitting on the couch going, "Look at our drawers. Look what we've done." And then she said, "You go, pull them, try them all." And she goes, "This one sticks." And Jim goes, "That's the one Jason put in."
It is. I made all the drawers. Jason made one drawer, and that's the fucked up drawer.
By the way, it
doesn't pull out right.
He took a photo of you while you were in your underwear standing out on the porch and texted it to me. I have a photo of you in your underwear. I'll Twitter it. I'll put it on Twitter.
No, don't put it on Twitter.
Yeah, I will.
No, don't
Yeah,
really,
sorry,
honestly.
I'm going to.
It was funny.
You're not going to stop me.
So we did. I have all these
Yes,
drawers.
you did.
I have all these drawers, and one of them didn't work. And it's because Jason refused to use any of the tools. If any of the tools came in, like I'd be there, the little like the plastic stoppers, which we were meant to hit him with a hammer, and he just bashed them in like a bag of sausages.
I told you
wood.
he can't fix anything
And
properly.
then he wouldn't use the tools properly, and there was a part left over that I'm suspicious.
There's not a part left over. That's an extra piece.
No,
I promise you.
IKEA don't give extra pieces.
Yes,
they give exactly. Why would there be one extra piece in one of the type of bolts and none in any of the other type of bolts? Why would there just be that one extra piece? Why wouldn't there be an extra bit of wood? Why wouldn't there be an extra stopper? Why would there just be that one piece?
Sometimes it is an
'Cause you
extra
miss-
stopper
you
or an
miss
extra
something.
dowel.
That whole thing is going to collapse one day in your room, and you're going to find out
It's just missing
where
a
that
piece.
piece went.
Uh-uh.
Yeah, huh?
But we did it quick.
2 hours.
2 hours, and it was a big.
4 Cheers episodes.
Yeah,
Actually, we watched a documentary about the Different Strokes.
The
kids.
Different Strokes
Yeah.
True Hollywood Story is one of the best TV programs ever put on TV, I
Did
tell
they
you.
talk about the molestation episode?
It's so good. The guy who played Willis, the shit he got up to, Todd Bridges.
Isn't he a
yeah.
proper like crack addict and everything?
Yes.
But we should introduce here. This Matt Kirshen is with us.
Friend of ours, Matt Kirshen, a
Hey.
comedian from the UK.
He was a crack addict, but now he's cleaned himself up and he's on Everyone Loves Chris. But he went to court for shooting a guy, and Alan Cochrane got him off that. And he also
Johnny Cochran.
Johnny Cochran.
Alan Cochran's a British comic.
Alan Cochran's a British comic. Yeah, Johnny Cochran. And he also the girl who played Dana Gould, who was the girl in it.
She had an eating disorder, didn't she?
She had an eating disorder. She also held up a chemist or a newsagent for $127 with a gun. She lived in Las Vegas and she committed suicide about 8 years ago or something like that. So it wasn't good for any of them. We all know what happened to...
Different strokes for different folks.
Yeah, and also...
So Gary Coleman's basically the success story.
Gary
of that.
Coleman...
He's the least fucked up of the entire series.
He was the only one in the series that had the least problems, and he went to court for like punching a woman or something who asked for his autograph while he was a security guard.
But who was the one that got molested? Dudley! You remember when Dudley got molested?
Who's Dudley?
Is that the glasses, kind of like the...
You guys don't remember the molestation episode where Dudley was Gary Coleman's best friend?
Is this a real episode or is it
Was he in
like
a-
the porn
God.
parody
Was he
of
in
it?
a...
The
was he
porn
handicapped?
parody. Dana Gould was in the porn parody. The girl from Different Strokes did a porn.
Actually did the porn version as well.
a porn version of Different Strokes.
Yeah, there was a molestation episode where Dudley and whatever. What was Gary Coleman's character? Willet? No.
Arnold.
Arnold and Dudley go over to this big fat white guy's house, and he's
That's
like the
right,
bike
yeah.
shop. He's the bike shop owner, and they go over to his house, and they're watching a movie with them, and he's like giving them candy and stuff, and all of a sudden Dudley goes, "Why aren't these people wearing clothes?" And Arnold gets freaked out, and Arnold's like, "I got to get out of here." So Arnold leaves, and Dudley ends up getting it. And they do like a talk at the end of the show, like a public service announcement, like, make sure you know where your children are.
At the time, it was the most explicit cum shot on network TV.
You know what I like about it? They still kept it funny. At no stage did they drop the ball. They kept it light. It was a sitcom after all. It's not meant to be serious. That's what I never like about MASH, because I'm a big MASH fan as well. MASH has really great episodes, but then it has that one where, oh no,
So was it
he's
fun-
writing a letter to his dad.
So at the end, where they like, "Hey Arnold, Dudley got molested because he's tall."
Now,
You're a midget.
Arnold, the fact that you look like a child and you're actually 19 means you wouldn't be molested at all. It would have just been a standard rape with you. But, what are you going to do? Like, that's what I always think. If you're going to abuse a child, you make it someone like who's got the same disease as what's his name had? What's his name? Gary
Ralph
Coleman.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gary Coleman had that. Not Ralph Macchio. What disease does Ralph Macchio
I thought
have?
you were talking about the aging one.
Ralph
Macchio's-
Macchio ages normally.
You're talking about progeria.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ralph Macchio does not have that.
Well, in the movie, he played that.
He
That's
has
the only thing I can think of. That's my reference.
He has the opposite of that.
He doesn't have progeria.
No, in the movie,
If any-
he played that character that had it.
If anything, Ralph Macchio is Benjamin Buttonness. Like, he's getting younger looking. But no, progeria, you get really old really quickly.
Yeah, do you remember he did that movie?
Yeah.
The DJ in Diane Wood, the band. That creepy looking guy in the video. Have you ever seen the band Diane Wood?
No.
It's the South African like rappers. And they're
I
Why don't you sing it?
am a butterfly.
Yeah, you are.
You-
There you go.
That's good. You know what? You doing that right now. I'm telling you, that's someone's ringtone. I am a butterfly.
Sing it, please.
I am a butterfly. I need your protection, need your protection. I don't know how it goes after that. I know there's a samurai line.
And you saw that on Ip Man.
No, I saw that on YouTube.
But Ralph Macchio, what is he up to now? Because he really doesn't age, does
Do you
he?
know
He's
hold
meant
on.
to be. He was in Entourage. He went to the Playboy
Yeah,
Mansion.
he got in trouble, the Pauly Shore
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
I used to be represented by Don Buchwald in New York City. Don Buchwald is Howard Stern's.
Donnie Wahlbach.
Don Buchwald is Howard Stern's agent, and they're a big voiceover agency in New York. They do a lot of voiceover, and I was represented there. And one day I was in the office, and they're like, "Guess who we just signed?" And I said, "Who?" And they said, "Ralph Macchio." I go, "Are you fucking kidding me? Ralph Macchio, the Karate Kid." And they go, yeah, he's coming in tomorrow for a meeting. We're going to sign, he's signing his papers tomorrow. I go, "What time?" And they go, "Noon." I go, "I'll be here at noon." And they thought I was kidding. Sure enough, 11:59, I'm standing there waiting for Ralph Macchio. And I'm walking around the office pretending like I had shit to do.
Just photocopying
Yeah.
things,
No.
throwing them away.
Were you polishing tables in one direction and then the next?
And so he came in, and I kind of like forced my way into every conversation that he was in, because I just, in my head, I envisioned that somehow we were going to strike up a conversation. And Ralph
become
Macchio,
best mates.
That's what I thought. And I thought, I'm going to be, because I'm going to love going to bars and everybody going, "Karate Kid, that's him." And
He's in My Cousin Vinny as well.
so but that nothing compares to Karate Kid. So I go about a month later. I'm out in L.A. And Don Buchwald doesn't have an agency in LA, a voiceover, so they send you to another agency when you get out here. It was called BB&R. And I have to go into that agency and sign my papers now because I've just moved to Los Angeles. So I'm in there signing my papers, and I'm telling them the story about how I stalked Ralph Macchio and how he was really creeped out by it. I was following around the office. They go, "You're never going to believe this. He's bi-coastal, so he's signing with us this week." And I went, "When?" They're like,
What time?
"He's going to be here Thursday." I go, "What time?" I swear to God, I came to the office thinking that he's going to think, hey, this guy's bi-coastal, I'm bi-coastal. We should hang out. And in my delusional fucking head, I'm thinking, I got a chance with him.
When does the restraining order
Yeah, yeah.
expire?
Why did you want to be his friend?
I
so
don't
much?
know. I'm obsessed with like people like Jake from
can
like 16
you answer me
Candles.
this?
Planted a seed in New York, and it's just going to bear fruit.
Yes.
I want to know this now, Eddie. Is this how we became friends?
Kind of. 'Cause, we met in England, and then where'd you see me next?
South Africa?
At 11:59,
Matt, where did you see me first?
Edinburgh,
Yeah, and then where did you see me?
the place where I live in LA.
This is how Eddie meets people. He puts the work in. I'm quite honoured, really.
So I was out in the waiting room because they wouldn't let me in the office when Ralph Macchio came in. So I see him come in.
Yeah, they wouldn't. I think Ralph made a call.
And I'm reading a magazine, and Ralph Macchio goes in. So I force my way back into the office. I'm like, I got to go talk to so-and-so. So I go back there, and I'm like, hey, Ralph. And he's like, do I know you? I go, Eddie, I met you at Don Buchwald in New York. And he goes, yeah? And he was so scared.
Yeah.
And then I think I have done that to somebody else.
Also, remember the guy who delivered your pizza last week?
Well, I mean, he was like
Closer.
he was like the '80s heartthrob. I mean, imagine how many times he's been like stalked or
Yeah, but that goes
threatened
away.
or-
Now he's probably hoping the guy at Blockbuster knows who he is. You know.
Yeah, but I think he probably invested
He
his
still goes
money
to
quite well.
Blockbuster for
He
that
might have
reason.
some emotional fears, If
If he got a good deal on those Karate
memory.
Kid films, he's probably still all right.
Lindsay's rolling her eyes and just not enjoying this. Lindsay's out of this. She's checked out.
He just said something. He just said he probably has some emotional issues.
Well,
Yeah.
no, I mean,
No,
just kinda,
look, a hairy girl like you must love the Karate Kid films. Wax on, wax off. No one liked that joke?
No, it was terrible.
No, it's no good.
I don't
All
think
right.
I've ever seen a full Karate Kid film.
What the fuck is wrong with you? Look,
You've probably watched just the third one with, what's the name in it?
my ringtone.
Hilary Swank.
Hilary Swank.
My ringtone
was,
is
wasn't she?
you're
That
the
was her-
best
Around, no one in a down to bring you down.
But you know that's the song.
I thought that was from Rocky.
No, it's from Karate Kid.
that's Eye of the Tiger you're thinking of there.
No, that was Rocky 2.
No, that's Rocky 3.
I feel
Eye
like
of the Tiger.
that. I feel like that song was in a Rocky movie. You're the best.
No.
When he's
I can-
training in
I
the
can
winter,
tell-
Rocky 4.
I can tell you all the Rocky songs.
Yeah, I know everyone. I have the soundtracks.
Even Rocky 5. What's the song of Rocky 5,
Oh,
Eddie?
it's terrible.
Is that 3-6 Mafia?
No. And that's a measure of a man. Sometimes you win.
Oh, I don't even know
Sometimes
that one.
that's the rarest one. Measure of a man. And
Now
then,
do the soundtrack of all the Police Academy films.
Jesus, that would be tricky. I can't actually think of one song from a Police Academy film. Yeah, but what is the theme song from Police Academy? All right, Jason, test me on TV theme songs.
Oh, you're phenomenal. Do the
You're phenomenal.
no.
we played this game before.
Well, wait, can you do 16 candle or not 16 candles?
he can sing 'em note for note, though.
Silver spoons.
Oh, I don't know Silver Spoons, no.
See, I knew I
but he can do the what's the
Here we
spin off?
are, face to face, a couple of silver spoons.
Yeah.
We're open to find. We're two of a kind, making our day.
Let's make it easy. Family Ties.
Does that mean they cuddled?
Family Ties. That was
Family Ties. I guess
Together,
we've been together for a million years, and I bet we'll be together for a million more. And it's like my life first started on the night we kissed, and I never. Anyway, what
would you do,
baby, without us?
Sha-na-na-na.
And it was always good because they had that one small child in Michael J. Fox and then that moose, Teeny Others, as the youngest kid. It was like the family
Didn't she have a lot of
The gene
fucked up
pool
shit?
didn't seem to work properly at all.
Didn't she?
I hear she had some drug problems and all that, but she went on to, I think she did some telly movies or something. I actually Wikipedia'd her recently, Teeny Others.
Was she in the Jelly Bean movie? Do you know about the Jelly Bean after school special where the retarded girl was named Jelly Bean?
No, I do not.
No.
But I
You
think
guys
you're going to have to tell us a little bit more about this right
Don't
now.
tell us the movie, just sing the theme song.
Mary.
Mary.
It was an after school special about a girl who was like embarrassed of her Down syndrome sister and her sister.
It's called Eyes Wide Apart.
And she called.
It's a sexual thriller.
Or in Jason's case, eyes too close together.
Yeah, Jason Jellybean.
Oh, boo, boo.
You can't boo.
You
You're not allowed to boo.
You can't boo Lindsay. We're not going to boo you because
There's several times where I instigated
Lindsay,
boos, and you guys went
you
along
can
with
say something back to him.
What?
So just hold the microphone and say, go.
They're gonna say
Boo! Boo!
and I'm done.
Boo. Okay.
it. Lindsay's not allowed to pick nicknames.
No.
Not at all.
No, she's not even allowed to pick on people the way she looks.
Lindsay's in the dog.
You're on a timeout right now.
Yeah.
You know that?
Yeah, like our iTunes account for all those weeks they were on timeout because you wouldn't put explicit on it. Those people who lost some episodes blame Lindsay. Yeah. Send your emails to her Facebook. Facebook /dot//
Twitter email.
wide load.
Yeah, mine's out there. Yeah.
.com.
There we go.
She's going to try to edit this, so every comment I make, I'm going to say .com. Why is your email address .com?
I've had it since the 4th grade. It's
No,
an Austin
no, what-
Powers thing. It's Austin Powers.
What is
thing.
it?
No, it doesn't.
He said, volume check.
No, it's volume is a nice way of saying large. Well, that girl's got a lot of volume.
No, it has nothing to do with that.
It's fatcheck.com.
No, it's not. Instead of fat chick,
Fat chick.
check. Fat check.
Fat check.
It's not going in there. So.
I'll Twitter it. I'll fucking put it everywhere. If you're upset...
I will Facebook it because you left mine in episode 2.
You did. wait.
Yeah. No, I got an email because of you. It said, "Ha ha, you stupid fat cunt. They didn't edit your email address out. I hope you die in a sea of AIDS."
In a sea of AIDS.
Yeah, that's what I got because you didn't edit my email
It's
address.
kind of
out.
poetic at the same time.
Not just a sea of AIDS. They said, I hope you die, you fat cunt.
Yeah, fat cunt.
How many
Like, I've
emails
got
did
certain
you
respect
receive?
for an insult that just has a certain
I actually
poetry.
don't know
There's a
because my
metaphor in there. It's
email's
lovely.
messed up.
It would have took some thinking. You don't just ad lib in a sea of AIDS. That actually a guy sat down, thought for 10 minutes and went, nah, this is the one I'm going to do. He probably had 5 other options that he looked at.
Yeah, like maybe
you
like
think
a
it's-
reservoir of cancer.
Yeah, reservoir of cancer.
Lake of depression.
No, that doesn't work.
no, 'cause that-
Dynasty
A
of
delta of non-Hodgkin's lymphoma.
A cerebral of palsy. I don't even know what that
The
means.
best is that Jason forwarded me the email like this is your fault.
I tell you, we were at the show the other night and Jason was there and some guys came outside us to speak to me for the most part and we're going, hey, this thing, and they go, we love the podcast. And I said, would you like to meet Jason? And I pointed at Jason. They looked right past him because in their words, we thought you were going to be grotesquely fat.
Yeah, that's exactly what they said. No offense, but we thought you were going to be grotesquely fat.
Grotesquely fat. And then some people from TMZ started talking to me outside the gig. And I've spoken to TMZ 4 times now and never gotten on the TV show because I'm just not good at it. They ask me questions like, what do you think about Lindsay Lohan? And I always just, well, you know, it's her life. Like I get really nervous in front of TMZ. And,
That was
yeah.
from TMZ.
yeah, that was for TMZ, yeah.
Oh, I wouldn't have done that if I'd known that, Eddie.
Yeah.
And then
Oh,
fucking Mong over here bloody stands behind me like right over my shoulder like every idiot in the back of a news story.
I placed him
Eddie
there.
coached me into that. I had no idea that was for TMZ. I thought it was just some dude with a camera.
Yeah, you know what's going to happen? That guy, the black guy that's got the dreadlocked hair that looks like Predator and the guy that goes, I'm a lawyer. They're going to be standing there going, hey, we got Jim Jeffries out the front of the Improv. It was some like retarded guy standing behind him.
That's exactly why
That's
I did
exactly what's going to happen.
I watched
I'm there talking about Charlie Sheen's drug problem and you're just, what?
I watched Jim floundering there doing material in front of him. And I thought, I'm going to juice this up a little. So Jason was off to the side, enamored with you. He was sitting there like just watching you like, Jim, you're so great. I'm watching you get interviewed by TMZ. And I thought, how can I make this more interesting? So I just grabbed the Mongoloid and I didn't even have to tell him what to do. I just moved him like a pawn.
Natural instincts kick in.
Yeah. And his fat head ended up on Jim's shoulder, like right behind the camera, just like with that smile when he's really stoned. And all of a sudden, Jim's doing a bit, and he looks over his shoulder and goes, ah!
Now let's talk to Matt a bit. Everyone knows who Matt Kirshen is, I imagine, who's listening to this podcast, but if you don't. Last comic standing. A good friend of mine from the UK circle. Not a good friend, we're friends. You know. We've got each other's number.
That's a great way of hanging out.
We've hung out.
We've been to each other's flats. You turned up at a party of ours 12 hours early once.
I turned up, and that's a good story.
You could have just said a friend of ours. You didn't have to say a good friend, but then you went good friend, then took back the good.
No, I'll take it back. I'm a good friend. Yes,
but
I think if you got married, you'd invite me.
I think so.
Yeah. I think I
wouldn't invite any comics to my wedding.
Look, I've been to a couple of comics' weddings. It's just a lot of people standing at the back going, this won't last.
And they don't.
There was one comic who's a friend of all of ours who I won't say, and he was just marrying the wrong person, and it didn't last very long.
Oh, I know.
But you know who I'm.
Yeah, I do.
And I just remember, this is it, Mickey D, who we've talked about a few times. Mickey D, the guy who
speaking of getting married,
yeah, who just got married and everything, who had sex with a transsexual with a cock, proper fucking bits and pieces type of person in Thailand, and then did it and then actually went back the next night. Like, that's the whole thing. Like, he went and found him again later on. So this same guy, Mickey D, he's at this wedding, and we're all outside having a joint, like it's like at a golf club or something. We're out on like the fucking 9th hole having a bloody joint, and it's like me, Andrew Maxwell, I think Jason John Whitehead's there, a couple of other people, and maybe Steve Hughes, and we're all smoking a joint, and Andrew's sort of holding court, going, "This will never work. What are we even at this marriage for? This is fucking ridiculous. This marriage is never going to last." And then out of the bushes of the golf course comes Mickey D. He's gotten drunk and lost on the golf course all by himself. And he stumbles out of the bushes and comes up to us like, "Hey guys, I heard you talking. Can you stop it?" And then we're like, "We don't get it, this bird. We don't get this fucking bird. We've traveled all the way up here to her wedding, and this is her hometown, and none of her fucking friends are here. All of his friends are here. She hasn't got any fucking friends here." And Mickey D breaks down in tears in a drunken stupor and goes, "Fuck you all. She's married her best friend."
He really did that? Really?
Yeah.
That was a lot gayer than the tranny.
Mickey's one of my closest friends, and when I get to Australia, where I'm going to see him in 3 weeks, I'm going to smack him in the face as hard as I can.
Fuck you, he married his best friend. And then they were divorced about 6 months later.
I went to a wedding one time.
It lasted about a year.
It lasted about a year.
You know that rule, you have a year to buy them a wedding gift? The rule is you don't have to buy the wedding gift, you have to buy it within a year. That's like good.
I always go on the list and find the most, sort of like the 7th most expensive thing, but I never get like the set of cutlery. I always get.
I normally buy the thing that I know no one else is going to want to buy, like, you know, like the trash can or something. Like, there's one like the kitchen bin that's on there.
I like to get a large item that's cheap. A bin's a good one.
The rule is that you have a year to buy your gift, and I like to wait till like day 365 to buy it, because there's always that gamble that they're going to break up in the first year, and then you're like, well, I don't have to get you a gift now because you're just going to split the shit, you know.
When did this rule come in?
Oh, that rule exists. Yeah, that's like good manners. As long as within the year you buy their gift.
I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah.
Now, Matt, it's not offensive for me to say that you're a man who looks like a child. Is that offensive?
Yeah, I think less so now, but definitely.
When I knew you,
when you first met, like when I was like,
you have a bit of the Ralph Macchios about
this face. Yeah, 8 years ago when I was first on the circuit, and yeah, in fact when you met me as well for the first time, Eddie, there were definitely times when I'd rock up at gigs when I was open micing still, and people, what the fuck is this?
I've never wanted to molest anyone until I met you.
Thank you.
Well, this is the thing. I think there's 2 girls, and I won't say it, but there's 2 girls that both me and Matt have slept with in our lives. There's one that I'm definite about, but one that I'm a little bit here or there about. And the one that I'm definite about is actually married to a friend of ours, so we will never say her name. Okay. Now Matt had sex with her first, and then I had sex with her, and then she went off and thing. And the thing is, because Matt, what are you, like 5'6", 5'7"?
5'5.5", 5'6".
Okay, you're 5'5", right? And you're a thin bloke, and you have a boyish sort of look to you. Mm-hmm. But from all reports, and I've heard this from 2 or 3 girls, Matt is hung like 2 Coke cans on end. Like, I'm being told, like, every girl who's had sex with Matt, you're meant to have the biggest fucking cock I've
No,
ever
I
seen.
think-
Now, is this just a rumor or is this true?
No, I think when you're saying like the biggest fucking cock, that's great. I think it is out of proportion to
In
what you might
relation to your
like.
body, yeah.
I have been told 2 Coke cans on end was the exact quote that I got
No
told.
one had men.
Diameter too?
See,
Like
that's-
diameter cocaine?
See, that's like a leg. That would be.
Cocaine?
I have a nice-ish sort of looking erect cock, a big sort of, like a nice average size one, and it would have been in its shadow. Have it be. That's what I got told by girls who have slept with both of us, that Matt Kirshen
Is it really?
kicking
Is it-
my ass.
I think it's all right. I think it does okay for itself.
Lindsay will fluff you and let us see it.
Would
you fluff him?
You know what I found? When I broached this subject,
kinda-
I was like,
I think she would.
Maybe Matt would like this bit cut out. Why would he like this cut out? Imagine, we're just saying, we hear you have
That's
a
like-
cock like a Greek god. And all of a sudden it's like, oh, I don't know about that.
That's actually really personal.
I had a guy in Newcastle.
I don't want to be picked on.
Yeah, I don't want to be picked on.
A black guy in Newcastle, England, came up to me after I did like a hacky, black guys have big cocks joke, and he said, that's not right. You're still stereotyping. And I go, that's a good one.
Yeah,
I'm saying you have a huge cock. Never has anyone gone like, hey, Asians are really smart, and they're like, you know what, fuck off.
I do
we're-
I am an idiot, and I resent that.
I do find it amazing, though, in America, though, is more so than in Britain, you can do stereotypes on people's races on stage with very little. You can do an Asian people have small cocks joke in this country with no repercussions whatsoever. And in Britain, you couldn't go, don't Japanese guys have little dicks? You just couldn't do it on
I
stage.
know an Asian guy with you can never tell. You can't see.
No.
And you've tried them all.
Oh, you have had sex with a few. So there's an Asian guy with
She said no Asians no Asians.
So that happened in the last 2 weeks?
I guess if she's seen an Asian cock.
When did you
Yeah, you said
No,
you
I said
said.
no. I hadn't seen it
No
personally.
Asians, remember?
Wait, now
So you hadn't seen it personally.
I've never been with an Asian. My friend, a friend of mine said the guy, the biggest one she's ever seen was with an Asian guy that she slept with.
Oh, this is a
And I've also
friend.
been with several guys that were thin and delivered.
Yeah, but I always
can never tell
I
body
always
type.
think that maybe
How many
because I'm a
cocks have you
large
seen?
guy, my
Good
cock
enough.
looks smaller in comparison to the rest of my body. But maybe if I put it onto a thin bloke, then it would be.
But that's
more,
I think I got some of that going on.
yeah,
I think there's definitely like an element of surprise.
optical illusion.
And Jason has the interest.
In the sex, like as far as sex goes, that's the better kind of element of surprise that you want to have.
Exactly.
Jason
You don't
has-
be like jumping out of a wardrobe.
Jason,
What's the
Jason
smallest
has
cock
the
you've ever
complete
seen?
inverse, where he's just a giant fat behemoth with a button.
Do you have a small cock, Jason?
You do have a small cock. You've told
no,
me.
things don't grow in the shade. Well, that went down badly.
How big is it?
Yeah.
How big is it?
I don't know.
Come on. Every guy has measured their cock.
Sure they have.
How big is yours? Erect.
I'm not disappointed, especially since I lost weight.
I have different sizes depending on how much I
I
dig
can
the
see it
ruler
again.
into my
Yeah,
stomach.
That's awesome. Hey.
Like that's how much. If you can really suck in and just. How big am I?
Yeah.
I'm a width man. I think you know that.
Yeah, his is like a pyramid though. It's really big at the
But
bottom.
I
It's
do.
smaller
I
at
do.
the top.
I'm over 6.5 inches.
What's that building in London that's shaped like a football kind of? Like the glass building downtown London.
Oh, the one in the East End.
Yeah, I don't know what it's
Can't remember
called.
what it's
either.
called.
Yeah.
Oh, the
That's-
gherkin. The
the
gherkin.
gherkin.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the gherkin.
Well,
That's
that's
what
the
his,
nickname.
that's what,
Gherkin?
that's
Yeah.
what his cock
That's
looks
hilarious.
like. He whips out his cock all the time. It looks like a gherkin.
Gherkin's like the
I have a
Does it
tape.
have a similar pickle?
I
over
have
it?
I have a very thick base thing. As you roll condoms down on my cock, I need a wide condom, but
With
the
a
top
pinhead.
the first bit there's a lot of room at the top of the thing. There's a lot of baggage area at the top, and then the bottom's like got a circle around it where the circulation's been cut off.
You're doing all right for yourself. You can get them custom fitted.
Yeah, I need.
Get bespoke condoms.
I need.
yourself measured up next time you're in Singapore.
I need a condom that looks like a Ku Klux Klan's hood.
For so many reasons.
All right, we're back.
Stomach or something?
Sorry, we paused for a second to eat some Mexican food, and Jason went outside and smoked a joint, and Jim decided to partake in it. And
I never take it. It's horrible. And I've really hurt my throat.
so you're not high.
Someone
not-
film
no.
this, send it to the government as a free advert against it.
Yeah, I'm one of those pod adverts that I'm going to stab my friend and not know what I've done.
Yeah.
Oh, I can do it when I'm high. That's why I stay away from it. It really fucks me up. Okay, so And Jason's enjoying your pain.
I just.
I offered to help him, but he won't let me.
No, it would involve you touching me.
Yeah. How are you going to help him? I
I
want
was
to know
just
that.
gonna
What do you mean? You're going to what?
there's points where you just pat, like, and it helps expectorate your lungs and
Expectorate.
yeah, and it'll help.
You make words up.
No, that's a
No,
real word.
That's a real word.
All right, just checking.
Wait. So how do you know these points?
I learned it from my kung fu teacher.
Oh, yeah.
Who
Was
your
it Ralph
teacher?
Macchio?
Was it was it Ip Man?
Yeah. Mong off.
Well, can you please come over here and
He won't let me do it.
expectorate you?
No,
please?
I'm not stoned. I've just sucked it in badly.
No, I was talking about helping you with your lungs.
And it tickled the back of my throat.
Let him
It's like
expectorate
I've never done a bong without feeling sick either.
Will
Yeah,
you-
I can't do bongs. They're harsh.
Yeah,
I like the spliff.
yeah. Proper drugs is the way to go.
Why are we in another weird staring contest?
You started it. Every time you start it, it's always you.
I keep getting in these staring contests with Jason, and they end with his eyes like glistening, and I just start laughing because it's so creepy. Because he's staring at you, and I'm having a stare, and I know the two different things that are going through our brains. My brain is going, "This is really creepy and scary," and his brain is going, "I think we're in love."
Actually, I think of nothing. That's how you win a staring contest.
Really?
Yeah, you just blank out.
So you
just blank out. You
So you-
zone out.
and that's
you
how-
win.
and that's how you
That's how
lose
you
at
win.
life.
You just zone out.
So you're basically in a life staring contest.
I might win.
Jason told me before that he used to have staring contests with himself in a mirror when he was a child. And I said to him, I assume it always ended in a draw. And he was like surprised that I knew that.
Jason, you're happy now.
I'm wake up.
Your chemicals were up.
That's what
before.
marijuana does to me. That's why I smoke it. It makes me happy.
When we had the tacos, him and Lindsay got into a fight. The two of them aren't getting along at the moment.
They never get
It wasn't a
along.
fight.
It was a
It was
guacamole
a
disagreement.
little.
It was a guacamole.
It was just a little
disagreement.
guacamole incident. It wasn't a fight.
There's a lot of tension between them, and then they both say after they bitch really badly about each other, they go, but I love Jason, or I love Jason. Last night he was bitching about you in the car, and then I went, wow, Jason, this is
Do you know what he-
And he goes, no, but I really love her. I really
Pass the microphone to Lindsay. Boo. No. Do you know what they what he calls you? What his nickname for you is?
I don't know. What?
Eddie?
Is it appropriate?
Oh, it's appropriate.
monster.
No, the monster.
The monster.
The monster.
Why? Why do you refer to me as that?
I don't know, but he always goes, "Oh, the monster is coming over. When's
Well,
the monster here?"
He told me I created
No,
a
yeah.
monster.
Eddie and I were discussing it one day, and it basically, once you started helping out and getting this other personality started to emerge, and then Eddie and Ed said to me is that I think we created a monster. And he goes, "You're right."
Wait, so I said
No, I said I think we
Let
created
Lindsay-
a monster.
Let Lindsay defend herself.
And Eddie said
Pass the microphone
that
back.
that I was
Stop
right.
It. Stop it. We'll talk to you later about what she says about you. So how do you feel about being called the monster?
I don't know. I guess I could be called. I've been called worse, right?
What nickname do you have for Jason? You did berate him that one day. I've never seen anything like it.
Wow.
She dressed him down.
No, don't grab. No, you'll get your chance in a second.
He was
Jason was
standing
trying to
in
grab the
there,
mic from me
and
right then.
Lindsay dressed him down like I was watching an officer and a gentleman.
I can bite. Yes,
And
I've been known to
she
throw out a
belittled
verbal
him
lashing.
That she basically cut his nuts off right in front of him. And since that day, he has had a little animosity towards her.
I'm okay with that.
And yeah,
We look like a gay couple right
Yeah.
now.
Jim and Eddie are sitting on the couch, and Noose is in between them, and they're both petting
We have
her.
the dog. We're both patting her
have you got there?
symmetrically.
And Jason just caught a
Jason's
moth.
just caught a moth out of thin air.
with his fingers. Ip Man, way to go.
Really?
Oh!
Oh!
He just let it
Just
go, and it's
loose
still
around.
flying.
He released the moth.
That was
again.
Green Mile shit there.
Yeah, yeah.
No, it isn't.
He just breathed life back into it.
It's Green Mile shit.
He should for all the life he sucked out of people.
Oh.
You are.
You are Ralph Macchio
You're like
now.
God. You give with one hand and take from the other.
Did Miyagi teach you how to fucking grab moths?
Do it again with chopsticks.
Yeah, do it. That's another nickname he has for you.
Chopsticks.
No, it's an ironic, like when you call like a fat guy slim,
Oh, that's.
because you got big legs.
But
I don't
he
have
said
big legs.
No, you
he
don't.
told
You just have tight
Lauren.
jeans.
He told Lauren the other day he was really upset with you because you were going to ruin his podcasting career.
How?
Because you got us taken off iTunes.
I didn't directly get us taken off of iTunes.
No, you did. You're the one who didn't do it right. Therefore, iTunes took us off. It's like if a cop catches you for murdering someone, you don't go, "Oh, well, the cop did it because he caught me." No, you were
Well,
caught
in
by
my
iTunes.
defense, we've had some issues with. I'm sure anyone listening who tries to upload anything to iTunes has had problems with them. There's no checkoff list for iTunes when you're uploading content about what you can and can't do or what's necessary to upload
now we're
stuff.
going to get taken off again
Yeah.
because I was sticking up for iTunes, and
here's-
all you do is bitch about them.
But remember last night in the car, Luke the albino debunked pretty much everything. Whenever Lindsay says there's no this or there's no that,
let's explain.
There isn't an email, and Luke was like, "That's not true. There's this, there's this, there's this, there's this," and it's all about diligence and just like you look into what you're doing and read the agreements, read the the directions.
Luke the albino, you can't just say the man's name without explaining who Luke the albino is.
I met Luke the albino last night. He's a longtime friend of Eddie's, and he's amazing.
And he listens.
He's amazing.
He's slightly autistic like you.
No,
right?
he's more so.
More so, because
And
he's brilliant.
I look
because he's brilliant.
Yeah,
he
he
actually
actually-
can get shit
Yeah,
done.
he can code. He's a programmer and all that stuff. Yeah, he's amazing.
Yeah, but so we were driving along, me and Eddie in the
and
front.
he gets laid more than Jason.
me and Eddie in the front, and the fat albino and Jason, the fat normal regular person, sitting in the back. And the conversations that these two of you were passing forward to the car, it was just like stupidity ran behind us. like probably the car in front of us was really, really smart, and then it just got to our seat, and then me and Eddie, and then just fucking the mongs in the back. And he's sitting at the back of the car. I like the guy. He has listened to every single one of our episodes several times, and he'd go, "I really like episode 10. I didn't particularly like number 3. I hated number 6." And we don't
He
even
hated. You know what he hated when we talked about Lindsay's period.
Oh, that was the one he didn't like. He goes, "I really didn't like when you were talking about Lindsay's period.
He said I turned it off
I thought that was unnecessary."
because he said he could just imagine how viscous your
So
period
Lindsay's
is.
period almost cost us the show.
Yeah, another thing that Lindsay's bled. That
How about at the end of the conversation, we go, well, what's going to happen? Like Monday, are we going to be on the air or not? He goes, if you're not, I'll just walk into Apple and take care of it.
Remember he used to work for Apple,
Yeah,
so it's not like he's going
he
in
knows
there.
what
It's not just
blind.
Apple has an
Yeah,
open
yeah.
door policy to albinos.
Well, he knows he's
They
friends
match
with the
our colour
manager
scheme. We
or
have to let them in. We just blend in with the Apple store. Did we design this thing? I don't know. He looks like we did.
It's the
See a
eye
pair of pink
albino.
eyes.
The truth is, couldn't an albino go anywhere? Like if an albino walks into any place, you're not going to stop him. You're going to be like, well, there's an albino. That's fucking let him go. All right.
Oh, anything it's an outfit for all seasons. Being an albino, like you could rob a bank and people would go, well, obviously that wasn't his real colour of his hair. That must have been a disguise he had put on. Halloween, you just get given free chocolate.
Because if the cop said to you, what color were his eyes? You're never going to go pink. You know, the cops would be like, you're full of shit. Matt was dating a certain girl who I happen to know. I met this girl through Paul Provenza. I was doing a show at the San Francisco Punchline one night, and I get off stage, and this girl kept waving to me. She's like, hi, Eddie, hi, Eddie, hi, Eddie. And I'm like, who the fuck is this girl? After the show, I get off, and the girl goes to me, hey, Eddie. And I'm like, do I know? She goes, I'm Paul Provenza's friend. He told me to come to your show. And I went, oh, okay. I go, well, I'm going out for drinks with friends. You want to come? So we go across the street. We're all having drinks, and I'm with these like sorority-looking, like San Diego girls.
I love them. They're my favorite.
And who haven't been out of their parents' backyard.
Yeah.
And we're all talking, and this girl,
time.
Holly, who Paul has sent, I go, so Polly, what do you do for a living? And she goes, I fuck for money. In the middle of the conversation, I go, well, that's nice. You're a hooker. And she goes, no, I'm a porn star. So I continue to drink with her all night with Luke the albino. And we're drinking. And she's going, let's fuck. Let's just go fuck. Let's fuck all night. And I go, all right. And I know Luke doesn't get a lot of pussy. So I go, on one condition. She goes, what's that? I go, you're going to have to fuck me and the albino. And she goes, that's nothing. she's like, go to my porn sites. I fucked
She was an albino hunter too. I just remembered albino hunter was actually the name of Kerry Marx's first Edinburgh show.
Was it? I imagine an albino hunt, like, at difficulty levels, if you went after him in Antarctica. That's like a hard one. Jungle albinos, very easy to find.
Very easy.
Snow albinos, they can hide for months.
So all night I'm texting the albino going, you're in, I'm going to like hook this up and then I'm out the back door. I don't want to fuck her. You know, you're on your own. So I'm doing it back and forth, and I'm buying shots for them. I'm doing fake shots myself and we're drinking.
You're doing fake shots?
Yeah, I just didn't want to get fucked up. So there was a long story. I'd do radio like 6 a.m. or something. So finally I say to him, and every time I text him, I'm being like Cyrano de Bergerac. I'm telling him what he has to say. He, has that bad eyesight. I'll text him like, tell her, she's pretty or something, and he'll pick up his iPhone and put it like up to his eyes.
He really can't see it.
And then go, you're pretty.
Nothing creepy about that.
Eddie almost didn't make it on stage last night because he's watching him order from the menu, and he's like,
I was fucking laughing so
Dude,
hard.
He really can't see it.
it's
all.
amazing.
Now the guy works for Kindle, which is the irony of the whole thing. Like, he can't see anything on a screen, but he works for fucking Kindle.
So anyway, I finally go, I'm out the back door. You're on your own. I leave. I'm a half a block down the street. I get a text back that says, SOS, SOS, I'm losing her. So I come back. I buy him a couple more shots. Then I'm like, that's it. I'm out of here. I leave. I go home. I finally get a text like a couple hours later. And I go, how'd it go? And he goes, it didn't. I go, what happened? He said, I took her to the door. I went in for the kiss, and she put her hand between our faces.
Yeah, that's always a red flag.
And said, I have a boyfriend. I find out right after that, the boyfriend that she had, our guest, Matt Kirshen.
Well, why would you tell that
you just
story?
dodged an albino.
Why
bullet.
would you tell a man that
Can I
his
point out a
girlfriend-
boyfriend? Like, I was fully aware. This isn't like, fuck you, Eddie. We were going to get married that next day, and that ruined everything.
Oh, right. As long as we're calm with this. All right. This is what I don't understand about girls. It's that whole thing is, I'm all right. Like, sometimes they keep all secret when you just fucking one, and then all of a sudden you find out there's another bloke or something. They're like, no, there really isn't. And you're like, I'm really good with it. It's taken a lot of pressure off me, to be honest. So
yeah, like the girls in porn. I wasn't thinking this is an exclusive thing. It was fairly clear evidence that it wasn't.
What's her name? Can we say her name or we can't? No.
Holly Stevens is her.
Yeah.
All right.
Is that her porn name?
Yeah.
Yeah, Holly Stevens is the porn name. She does a lot of fetish porn too, doesn't she?
She does.
And are you
She
one
does,
such thing?
She does one children with massive cocks.
Child cocks.
Dot
yeah.
biz.
What kind of fetish?
I know she's just done I think there's just a lot of the
Pissing.
hanging out. No, more the handcuffs and whips.
Yeah, I'm not into
bondage.
that.
I'm not either.
I've pissed on a couple of girls in my day and enjoyed it. But I don't like when there's a gimp mask or there's someone goes, how about... I don't even like spanking them. I'm just like, why are we doing this? I'm all about the cock and the hole and the movement. I don't mind the occasional outfit. If the girl puts the outfit on, and I am a bit partial to the.
As long as the outfit still leaves access to the cock and the hole.
Yeah. I actually quite like the student type of the schoolgirl one.
The schoolgirl's great, which is
but
wrong.
it's really quite pedophilic.
It
and
is.
I haven't got any of those tendencies, but I don't like the fact that I enjoy that.
I don't think it's the schoolgirl part of it. It's just it fucking looks good. Those high dress socks and the backpack.
And I like a smart girl.
You like a smart girl.
Yeah.
Nobody got that in the backpack.
In the backpack, yeah, in the backpack, and the pigtails, and the year one T-shirt, and
the mother dropping her off at
the
my
mother
house.
dropping her off at my house.
No, but the dressing up shit, it's not like I don't want a girl to dress up for me. It's like you want to find a girl who's already dressed up. Like you see them and you're like, I want that.
Yeah, but
When a
sometimes
girl
you want
goes-
something a bit different from lingerie, though. Like you can't a girl.
Yeah, like also like a genuine nurse's outfit is actually quite unattractive.
Yeah,
You've
exactly.
seen what
Yeah.
real nurses wear, but it's just
Especially when it's got blood.
No,
on it.
Or
yeah, vomit.
even a real school outfit. Those ones from Australia are pretty bad. They're just a one-out thing dress that just has no form to it.
Oh,
Okay,
American
we-
Catholic schoolgirls have the best uniforms.
No,
This is com-
Japanese
this is
schoolgirls.
coming.
Japanese
Hey. Oh, yeah,
schoolgirls.
maybe, yeah,
No.
Japanese.
draw
Yeah,
attention to
yeah,
Lindsay
yeah.
just rolling her eyes throughout this entire conversation.
Yeah, but
This is coming from a pedophile expert.
All right, pass.
Well,
pass
I
this.
mean, I was in high school and there was neighboring Catholic
pass the
schools, and
phone.
we'd see them go by. And
All right, so I've stated right now, Lindsay, that I'm going schoolgirl outfit. Right, I've enjoyed the nurse's outfit from time to time, and I enjoy just the slutty, I'm just a piece of trash outfit. Just-
I don't even want to know if she's
right
ever.
now, is there an outfit as a woman that you really go, ooh, fireman, ooh, cops, ooh, whatever?
Oh, for guys?
Yeah.
Oh. Nah, I don't think. I mean, naked works, I guess.
No, but is there anything that floats your boat? Some occupation that whenever you see that occupation,
Yeah.
you go, oh, yeah.
Yeah, comedians.
No, probably like a tech guy, tech support.
Ernie.
Are you serious?
Machete.
No, I like really geeky. I'm into like.
You like a
geeky.
guy that looks like he works on an IT
Like for
bloke.
Apple.
Get the albino. Get the albino.
Will you fuck Luke the albino?
No, I will not fuck Luke the albino.
Come on, it'll be good. The two
No,
of
but
you.
that question you just asked her, like my thing that I like
Yeah.
girls in boots. I like when
Cookies
girls are
and
naked.
cream.
When girls are naked and they wear like thigh high boots or knee high. I think that's like the hottest thing. In the
Yeah,
world.
exactly. But you're not going to meet them out with those boots.
No,
on.
but like when you get them home and you take off their clothes and they go to take the boots off, you go, the boots stay on.
Yeah.
But the same thing's
Unless you
never.
got a waterbed.
The
It's
same
better.
thing. Yeah, the same thing's never going to happen for.
But that's
a girl.
more of a hotel thing, isn't it? Because if it's your own bed, you're like, nah, I'm
Yeah,
gonna have
you're
to wash
get
the
your
sheets.
shit,
so
yeah.
it's just-
Yeah.
But like when a girl is
a
never
girl I
a girl,
dated-
a girl's never going to go to a guy and be like, keep your boots on. I want
Socks. That's kind of awkward. and
There's a
hot.
There's a girl. Remember the girl that I dated for years and
Weird.
years, Matt? The girl I dated for years and years. Our
yeah.
policy was that we were only allowed to have anal sex in hotels. So now I always equate hotel and anal sex as the same thing. And the amount of like fucking shit covered sheets I have left over the years is horrific.
That's beautiful.
Yeah,
And that's when I've been by myself just wanking.
that should be the name of your next album. Shit covered sheets.
Yeah, I've had some pretty horrid ones, really. I've had a lot of blood on sheets, not just from a girl, but like I've got hemorrhoids. I've got hemorrhoids at the moment that just won't quit, right? So what I do is I do a shit, then I wedge a little bit of toilet paper up my ass until it dries out, then I go back to throw that thing away because this one's just a bleeder, right? And if, I once like did my shit, didn't think I had any blood coming out of my asshole, put my underwear and my jeans back on, got back up with the bed, there was a red ring of blood on the fucking sheet. And I thought, I haven't even had a girl up here on a period. What if my girlfriend shows up and I bring her back to the hotel and what's this ring of blood here? Have you had a girl back here? Nah, it's just blood pouring out my ass from a hemorrhoid that I mopped up insufficiently.
Anyway, come here and give
you
Jim
should
a
just
kiss.
wear like maxi pads or something.
What?
I'm making a Japanese headband.
It was that headband, fucking flag.
Yeah, I know that. I'm going for the other reference because the theme of the whole Karate Kid.
Oh, yeah, the Karate Kid. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, that's our show today.
Yeah, you rescued that
Sponsored-
joke.
Yeah. Wow.
Every now and again when we get into each other, that's Jason's happiest time.
Oh, I know.
There was an episode where I said that Eddie had bad teeth, and I said it in a certain way. That was funny, right?
Yeah.
And then Jason the next day was down in the streets of Venice telling people.
He was so
No, it
excited.
wasn't.
Yeah, you were because they told me.
I said one to one person.
Who? The love of your life.
Meredith.
She's not the love of my
She
life.
is the love.
Not at all.
I'm getting more and more into Meredith.
You
Yeah.
go
Yeah.
do that.
No, you would get so upset. You are obsessed with Meredith, and you're never going to get her, ever, ever, ever. And you just keep trying and trying and trying.
Have you? What's the closest you've ever been with her?
I haven't been anywhere with her.
No, what's the closest you've gotten where
You
you thought?
snuggled with her once, didn't you?
Yeah, we spooned.
I thought when you sat on the chair the other day it was very close. When
Yeah,
you
that
were
was
drunk
funny.
and let you on her, that might have put
You've
you back
never,
a few
you've never
steps.
cupped one of her breasts while you're snuggling.
Have
with
you ever kissed her?
No.
Never.
Do you get a boner when you snuggle with her?
I always get a boner when I snuggle with anybody, Eddie.
This is the thing. You live with a dog called the Duke.
The dude.
The Duke. Now the thing about the Duke is, what does the Duke do to me?
He makes you depressed.
I can't sit with Duke. Duke's a lovely dog and he's very kind-natured. But when he is in this house, Duke is like death. Duke just looks at you, just always with this look of, like Duke is constantly thinking, What's it all about? Why do we bother?
When Jason comes home, Duke thinks, I wonder which one of us is going to kill ourselves first.
Wouldn't it be nice if everyone ended?
He stares too.
Yeah, and
he
always,
stares at you. You
know what
notice that he'll just lock eyes on you for like 10 minutes straight?
And you know what
Yeah.
he's thinking? What's that all about?
He's a nice dog. I hate being mean about him, but Duke, I can't be in the same room as him. I feel worse. When I leave the room and that dog's been there, the depression that comes through me is so horrible. I don't know what it is. Maybe you've taught. It is a good dog. It is
It's a
a
very
good dog.
nice dog, but I see what he's saying too.
It just sits on the floor like a lump, like you have to step over it. And as you step over it, it just looks up at you like, you going somewhere? Who cares? And it goes back. It's just such a horrible nature. in
Look
it.
at his owner.
But I just imagine the two of you just sit in your little fucking studio apartment together and cry. Just you and the dog just look at each other just with I feel your pain, buddy. At least we've got each other. Although I'd be happier alone.
What do you two do there when you're alone together?
Nothing.
But I like the fact that the dog's so depressing, but you try to act like it's an exciting dog. Like you always get its head and rub it and go, Dookie, 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 Dookie. The Duke, the Duke, the Duke. Who's the Duke? Who's the Duke? And the dog's just going, yeah, I'm the Duke.
It's happening again.
Happening again. I'm fun. And then like the tail, like, look how happy he is. And the tail just goes like this, like it's swatting one fly. It is a depressing animal.
And the worst is when he leaves him here sometimes at the house with that cone on its head all the time.
Oh yeah, Duke sometimes has to wear like a cone around its head so it don't lick its ass. I've never seen Duke put effort into anything, let alone putting enough effort into licking its ass.
No, he'll lick his butt raw if he when he's get a hot spot.
What do you think? I got blood coming out of mine?
We would put a cone on.
Around my hands, really. I've got a little eczema patch there that I scratch. While I'm scratching it, it is the funnest thing on earth. And in the morning, it's just a bloody rash. But while I'm scratching it, I've had it there for years, and I'm just so happy.
Where is this?
Just the little patch about that big of
Where?
eczema on my bum that I really.
That could be herpes.
No. I've got a bit on my finger there as well. Bit of eczema.
Oh, Jim's got finger herpes.
Yeah, finger. I wonder where I got that from.
I was
My ass and my finger is the only two places that I've got this rash.
I went to.
How did that work out?
Who have you asked to pull your finger recently?
Some girl on the beach asked me today. The crazy Mexican dude that has a different outfit every day.
Yeah.
Machete.
No, no. Do you know the guy? What's his name?
I don't know what his name is.
But he's like, he thinks he's funny, and every day he's got a new outfit and he's doing a different trick. Today he had a giant tarp, like a plastic tarp, giant, like took up the whole boardwalk, and he was doing, what's that, like parachute game where you know, in little kids when they throw it up in the air and all the little kids run under it? He was doing that alone on the boardwalk and just covering tourists. And I go, that guy's crazy. I see him all the time. And the waitress goes, have you seen Herpes Face Lady? And I go, no, I haven't seen herpes. Oh, yeah, the old lady that comes around, she's got herpes all over her face. And I'm like, why do I live in a neighborhood where we have a guy named Knuckles? We have a midget that rides a skateboard on his chest. He has no legs and pushes with his knuckles.
We've talked about Knuckles before.
Oh, there was a fight today in front of the car. You were there for that. The
Yeah,
two
there was a
guys.
I was here.
Two like 70-year-old homeless guys got into a fist fight. It was
and it
really
required
interesting.
The fat
I
police.
know.
yeah, and then
No,
the fattest four policemen that on the.
I saw one today with Jason where some type of fight ended. I didn't see the actual fight because I was buying sushi, but in the end there was just a puddle with all this broken glass, and this kid whose hand was a bit bloody who'd been trying to pick up the glass, and this local guy who comes along going, get out of it, get out of the fucking glass, you fucking morons, fucking ruining the street. And he starts picking up the glass, and then the young bloke with the fucking cut hand yells back at the old bloke, hey, I've got AIDS.
I did that one time too. I got thrown out of a bar. I swear to God, I've been thrown out of a lot of bars. Most
But
times,
you do a weird thing. When you get drunk, you take your shirt off and all that type of stuff.
Yeah, I'm one of those guys. No, I did it once. I did take my shirt off.
To
once.
fight a person, like
Three
you thought,
people.
you thought he
people.
wasn't winning the fight.
That was
He
like last
come on,
week, too.
Let's have a fight, and then he pulled his shirt off to prove that he could definitely win.
But I was in New Jersey. I was in a bar, and a friend of mine was near a fight, and and he was standing near the fight. And I've been thrown out of a lot of bars for good reason. This night, my friend is standing next to the fight. The fight's going on. The bouncers go to break it up for no reason. My friend just watching was close enough that they grabbed him and physically threw him out of the bar. So I go up to the bouncer and I go, hey, I see my friend outside. I go, look, the guy right there, that guy was not involved at all. And he was just standing watching the fight, and you guys threw him out. So I was wondering, is there any way you could let him back in? And the bouncer goes, no. And I go, look, he doesn't even know those guys. They went off, blah, blah, blah. And the guy goes, I told you no. And I said, I'm just saying. He goes, you want to go too? And before I could even say no, he has me in a headlock and just rams my head through the door, throws me outside.
First Thanksgiving's dinner.
So I go up the street.
Do you take your shirt off yet?
Not yet. I go up the street to a payphone. This is how long ago it is.
Wait, are you Superman?
You just need a piss before you came out for the fight.
I go to the payphone. I call the bar, and I ask for the manager or whatever, and I go, look, because they won't get the... I go, look, I was just involved in an altercation there, and one of your bouncers threw me out, and I was completely at fault. I just want to let you know. It was my fault, I admit. But I just want to let you know that I am HIV positive, and I'm bleeding badly. I said, so just as a precautionary measure to that bouncer, let him know that if he happened to have any open sores or anything, there's a good chance that he could have contracted HIV from me. And then I hung up the phone, and my friend that got like beat up bad, it's like, you're a fucking asshole. That guy fucking rammed my head through a door for no reason. I'm giving him fake AIDS.
Fake, you say? Every moment in that story, I was waiting for you to take your shirt off because that's my favorite bit. Every time you tell a story and then my shirt came off. Like you can do any story that it'll always end
in
up
McDonald's. Just like 3 weeks ago, you took your shirt off.
Yeah, that's the story that I told.
I'll be at my.
Where were you when I told
my godson's christening? Anyway, I had to take my shirt off. You never, when your body wasn't nice, you didn't do that. But now that you work out all the time, it always ends with, maybe if I get my shirt off.
It happened one night. I admit I did it.
Even if I lose the fight, I'll win the ladies.
I think it's more embarrassing that I told the guy, you don't know who I am. And the guy goes, oh yeah, who are you? And I go, I'm an ultimate fighter. Thinking that the guy is going to actually go, really? I've never seen, yeah, actually, I'm not going to fight you now because you're an ultimate fighter.
See, I think that'd be even better if he doesn't know of like the sport and just thinks that's your way of describing yourself.
Yeah.
I'm the best.
I am an ultimate fighter.
I once, when I was a kid, had that one where I was about to have a fight with a kid, and then I thought, I can't fight, So I got into my karate position. I had like 2 lessons, and just told him I was a black belt.
Did it work?
No, kid beat the shit out of me. I've punched out one kid in my life once.
That was last week.
And she was wearing a schoolgirl's outfit.
And I'm not normally into that. I'm normally just a cocks and holes guy. But she asked nicely.
Yeah. Lindsay is size 3. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's been Jim and Eddie talking shit. Please check out our webpage. I'm at www.jimjeffries.com, plus the new webpage, talking-shit.com, is up and running now. And we've put some photos up there, not many, but we've put some up there. Eddie, your webpage is?
EddieIft.com, that's IFFT. I'm also on Twitter and Facebook. And somebody wrote, what's it like to have a Twitter but not Twitter anything? What's that all about?
Jason,
I get those all the time. Actually, what's that all about stuff.
He says nobody talks to him and he doesn't read anything. He's secretly.
Well, like all 3.
He loves it. Now that we have people that know him at the gigs, that's so exciting for him.
How about when he stuck his hand out last night when the guy was meeting us and getting? We forgot to talk about this.
What did I do?
We were selling our merch after the gig, and you were selling, and the guys came up. Me and Eddie had just done a gig, and the guys were going, "Oh, Jim, it's great to see you. Oh, Eddie, you're really funny." All that type of bullshit, and they were shaking our hands, and you stuck out fucking sausage, right? Your sausage fingers,
Your Dados de Chorizos.
yeah, and you went, Hey, I'm Jason. You might know me from the podcast.
I did not.
You did.
There's absolutely no way.
did.
No way.
That's what you did.
That is not.
You
that
muzzled
is-
in.
No.
You muzzled in on what little fame we
No,
have.
Not at all.
You
No,
came in.
No.
Ugh.
No, I did not.
Yes, you did.
There's no way.
I was laughing so hard how you jutted over with your hand like, I'm Jason.
I'm Jason. Someone outside just had a photo with me. Would you like to have a photo with me?
I'm Jason
They're free.
forever.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks, Matt.
Now he said, yeah, thank
Matt
you.
Kirshen, what web pages and Twitters and
Oh
stuff?
yeah,
have got
you
to-
won't be able to spell it. If you just Google anything close to Matt Kirshen, and it'll suggest me, and then all the Twitter and Facebook and web pages.
For those
like
Americans, it's
But yeah.
Kirshen.
Kirshen. But yeah, mattkirshen.com and at Matt Kirshen and Matt Kirshen on Facebook and all that. And
Kirshen, is that a Jewish name, Kirshen?
it was it's German Jewish. It was Kirschenbaum originally, which means cherry tree.
You don't want
Ah, yeah, Matt Cherry Tree isn't the best name when you look like a child as a teenager.
That's a fairy tale, isn't it?
That's
it's a cautionary tale.
That is a gay porn star. Matt Fairy Tree. Cherry Tree.
Oh, I think I changed it to Buck Cherry Tree.
My whole family's like his size. Like this.
Really? Did
Like
you
my
eat them?
uncles, all my. I swear to God, like imagine Christmas, and that's probably why like another reason why I was just kind of like a black sheep in that crew is like it's like me
a
in
fat
a room full
sheep?
of people like this,
my
big fat guy.
my
in this
name-
room with-
My name Ift was not our original name. It was Ist, I-S-T, in Germany. And I had an audition the other day. And at the audition, the guy was, when you have to slate and say your name at the
Oh, I
audition.
hate that.
The guy goes, "What's your name?" And I go, "It's Ift." And he goes, "What kind of name's Ift?" And I go, "Well, it was German." I go, "They switched it when we came over." And he goes, "What was it before?" And I go, "Hitler." And he goes, "Okay, we're going to delete that." And right there I went, "Guess I'm not getting this shit." And but it's mine was
So ist as in like sort of racist, sexist.
Yeah, Eddieist.
yeah. But so find Matt Kirshen, Jason Hour. You have a Facebook page now.
well, I don't have just my normal Facebook. whatever.
Jason Hour of Power. If you're good enough, you will seek him out. They all talk to me about you. There's a hot chick that likes you too.
If you do like Jason, send him a T-shirt until he wears his free T-shirt.
He wears free
If you
T-shirts.
want some advertising the size of a billboard,
And if you can get him some jeans, waist 48, length 12.
we will mention that story on the next podcast. Thank you very much, everyone. Good night, good morning, good evening.
Talking shit. Talking